You know, we outlaw all sorts of military-grade weapons that are deemed too unsafe to have here in America. Things like grenades and anti-tank rockets and landmines. Well, these kinds of weapons designed just to kill people should be outlawed as well.
You know, it's not just assault weapons, but it's ammunition as well. You know, I was reading today, you can buy a 100-round drum magazine for that weapon. And the ammunition, .223 caliber ammunition, you know, you and I are both in Iraq. We've both seen what that sort of ammunition can do, maximum tissue damage. Should that ammunition be available to a civilian? What on earth would it be for?
Well, that's the point, is that these military-style assault weapons are really just designed to kill people. And so some people, you know, say, well, we have a right to hunt. You don't need a military assault weapon to hunt. You don't need a high-capacity magazine to hunt, I guess, unless you have no idea how to hunt. So there simply is no reason why civilians should have weapons like this. It's just too much of a risk to our communities. And the bottom line is that if that Omar Fatin in Orlando had gone into a store to buy an assault rifle and was prevented from doing so because we had reasonable laws to prevent the sale of military-style assault weapons, this massacre might not have happened.
From the president and others, we have seen calls for a ban on assault weapons to be reintroduced. But you know, you go back and it's really a case of here we go again. You know, if the slaughter of first graders in Newtown didn't change anything, what's your hope that this will?
I'm starting to sense a change, and you know, I'm not confident that something will happen, but I am hopeful. At the end of the day, I just don't know how many more innocent Americans need to die before we wake up and do something about common sense gun reform. Right now in Congress, we can't even have a debate on the issue. We can't even vote on these bills because the Republican leadership won't even allow that. There's been more debate on my social media pages about gun control than there has been in the houses of Congress, and that's wrong. That has to change.
And that is for one reason, and that is lobbyists and money. Is it not? Gun laws are the third rail in politics. You raise that, not even the smallest adjustment happens. After Sandy Hook, I think it was 72% of gun owners thought there should be expanded background checks. Nothing was done. What does that say about Congress and elected representatives, yourself excluded, obviously?
Frankly, it shows that we just don't have the courage to bring up these issues. And the reality is that a lot of people in America, Republicans and Democrats alike, recognize that we need these responsible measures to control gun violence. But the Republican leadership, the Republicans in Congress, are so scared of the NRA, they're so scared of the Tea Party, that they won't even allow us to have a debate on these issues.
You know, it's a social thing as well, isn't it? Nowhere in the world can you buy anything like an AR-15 and the ammunition as freely as you can here. And also nowhere else in the world are there civilian deaths by gun anywhere near the US levels. And yet gun supporters see no connection between the two.
Well, they're living in denial. I mean, that's ridiculous. You're, I think, 12 or 25 times more likely to die from a gun in America than in any other developed country in the world. So this is a uniquely American problem. It's a uniquely American scourge. These mass shootings have got to end, and we all know the straightforward, common sense things we can do to help prevent them.